I took back the ring and ended the joke for good. When I met Emily, it felt like I had finally found someone who understood me. She was witty, full of life, and had a mischievous sense of humor that kept me on my toes. Our relationship thrived on laughter, spontaneous adventures, and undeniable chemistry that others envied. After 2 years together, proposing felt like the natural next step. She said yes, tears in her eyes, and I believed our future was set. But after the engagement, things shifted. The jokes that once made me laugh began to sting. Emily loved to push boundaries, teasing me about other men, making flirty comments about strangers in my presence. What started as playful banter turned into something sharper. I brushed it off, convincing myself that this was just her nature, part of her charm. Deep down, it gnawed at me. One evening at dinner, our waiter happened to be young and attractive. Emily leaned in and whispered just loud enough, "He's cute. Maybe I'll leave you for him if he gives me a discount." She laughed. I forced a smile, pretended it didn't bother me. These moments became frequent, each one chipping away at my confidence and trust. The breaking point arrived at a friend's party, a lively gathering filled with familiar faces. Drinks flowed, music pulsed, and Emily basked in the attention. I admired her charisma, but couldn't shake the underlying tension. With a few drinks in her system, her laughter grew louder, her touches with other men lingering a little too long. I tried, as always, to brush it off. But then she met my eyes across the room, a flicker of defiance in her gaze. Loudly enough for everyone to hear, she declared, "Oh, I might be engaged, but that doesn't mean I can't have a little fun on the side." Laughter erupted. A joke, they assumed. But my stomach twisted. Her words cut deeper than ever before. She saw my face and smirked. "Relax, babe. It's just a joke." It didn't feel like one. Not anymore. That night, I lay awake, replaying everything she had said, every casual remark, every flirty jab. Had it all been a joke? Or had I been blind to something real, something cruel, hidden behind her laughter? Love had made me overlook the disrespect laced within her humor. I thought back to the early days, our late-night drives, surprise weekend getaways, the way she used to look at me like I was her entire world. When had that changed? Had I done something wrong? Or had she simply outgrown me? The next morning, I confronted her. "Emily, can we talk?" She glanced up from her phone, eyes still hazy from the night before. "What's up?" I hesitated. "Last night, what you said at the party, it really hurt me. I know you called it a joke, but it felt like more than that. Do you still want this? Us?" She sighed, rolling her eyes. "Oh, come on. You're overthinking. It was just a bit of fun. Everyone knew it was a joke. But I didn't." My voice remained steady. "It felt like you were making a mockery of our relationship. I need to know if you're serious about us, because I am. I proposed because I want a life with you. But if this is all a joke to you, then maybe we're not on the same page." For a moment, her expression softened. "Alex, I love you. I do. But you're always so serious. I don't mean to hurt you. It's just how I am. You knew that when you asked me to marry you." I nodded, but the doubt settled in. Was love enough if respect was missing? Over the following weeks, things seemed to improve. Emily toned down the jokes, and we spent more time together. But doubt had already taken root. I found myself second-guessing her words, analyzing her actions, questioning whether she was truly committed. One evening, we sat watching a movie when her phone buzzed. She glanced at the message, laughed, and quickly tucked her phone away. My heart raced. Another joke? Or something more? I realized I had been living in constant fear. And that wasn't love. Fear crept in. The fear of being played, of love taken for granted. That wasn't the foundation for a future. The ring on her finger, once a symbol of love and commitment, now felt like a reminder of insecurity. Something had to change. Either the relationship would be rebuilt on mutual respect, or it would crumble. The only question was whether it was already too late. The next morning, confrontation became inevitable. "Emily, last night, what was that?" She waved it off, sipping her coffee. "Oh, come on, you know I was just messing around." "It didn't feel like a joke," came the firm response. "It felt like you were mocking our relationship, our future." And I roll. "You're being dramatic." That was the moment realization hit. She didn't respect what had been built. An image had been held onto for too long, one that no longer existed. A deep breath, a decision. The engagement ring slid off her finger. "If this is a joke to you, then maybe we shouldn't be doing this. I deserve someone who takes commitment seriously." Her eyes widened. For the first time, fear flickered in them. "Wait, you're serious? Dead serious. She tried to backtrack, claiming it had all been meaningless, that love was real. But the damage had been done. Her laughter had turned into a weapon, and enough was enough. Walking away became the hardest thing ever done, yet it was also the moment self-worth was reclaimed. Love wasn't always about holding on. It was about knowing when to let go. The days that followed were anything but easy. Every passing hour ached. Memories flooded in, hands held during city walks, late-night talks, spontaneous weekend trips. The absence of the ring on her finger created an emptiness impossible to ignore. Doubt whispered, had a mistake been made? Emily called, left voicemails laced with apologies, sent texts asking to meet. The pull to return, to pretend none of it had happened, was strong. But clarity demanded time. To process, to understand whether love had been genuine or merely familiarity and convenience. A week later, a quiet cafe became the meeting place. She looked different, tired, vulnerable. Not the confident, playful woman once known. She reached for a hand, but there was hesitation. "I miss you, Alex," she said softly. "I know I messed up. I took you for granted. I thought you'd always be there, no matter what. I realize now I was wrong. I was afraid of losing my independence, so I pushed you away. I thought making jokes would keep things light, but I see now that I hurt you." Her honesty was unexpected. For the first time in a long while, there was no humor to hide behind, only raw truth. "I loved you, Emily. I still do," came the admission. "But love isn't enough without respect. I need to know you see me as your partner, not just someone to entertain you or finance your lifestyle. I need to feel valued." Tears welled in her eyes. "I understand. I want to be better. I want to work on us, if you're willing to give me that chance." Hours slipped by in conversation, fears, insecurities, desires laid bare. It became the most honest exchange ever shared. The decision to take things slow, to rebuild trust from the ground up, was made. The ring remained tucked away, a symbol of what was being worked toward, not a guarantee. Months passed, and the relationship changed. Cruel jokes disappeared, replaced by mutual respect and open communication. Boundaries were no longer tested. A renewed partnership took shape. The woman once loved reemerged, only now stronger, more self-aware. So did he. One evening, as waves brushed against the shore, the ring resurfaced. "Emily," he said, voice steady. "This time, I'm asking not because it's the next step, but because I know we've built something real. Will you marry me?" This time, she said yes, not out of expectation, but with a deeper understanding of what commitment truly meant. Taking back the ring hadn't marked the end of a love story. It had been the beginning of a new one, built on respect, honesty, and the courage to demand what both deserved.